Welcome everybody to today's live stream. Sorry, just trying to hold back a cough. This cold weather change is like throwing my sinuses off, and that's just completely messed up my breathing and now my speaking because I'm getting choked up. Yeah, going from like highs of 70s, almost 80 every day to suddenly the highs like 50 at best. Kind of throws my sinuses off. Well, welcome everybody. We're gonna do some more planet crafting today. In fact, it's so cold, I'm going to work on heating up the planet today. We're going to do a big, red hot, steamy tower, or at least work on a big, red hot, steamy tower. Jenny is on the road for vacation. You're going to Branson. I always think of that movie, Out of My League. Or Out of Your League. What? You know, one, where's the, Jay, Baruchel? You know, I can't remember her name. But, you know, he starts dating the woman that's, like, way out of, like, his league kind of thing. And that's where the family was going. They were going to Branson at the end. And they had their matching, you know, sweater shirts on. I just always, when I see Branson, I always think of that movie. You have to forgive me for my coughing today. I'm gonna get through the best I can today on it. Hello, nerd. Thanks for joining in. So everybody ready for well, everybody in the U.S. This is Thanksgiving week coming up. Jason, you already had your Thanksgiving? Like the Canadian Thanksgiving happened already, right? Wasn't that like a couple weeks ago? I want to remember. I would say I remember you mentioning it. Like end of October or beginning of November. I don't know Canadian holidays. Branson is great. I've never been to Branson. In fact, I mean, last time I took a real like vacation trip has been a long time ago, and that was down to Florida to visit friends down there. All right, is what your Thanksgiving in Canada was back in October. So yes, for US, this is gonna be Thanksgiving week coming up. It's Happy Turkey Day. If you like turkey, if not, Happy Ham Day, Green Bean Casserole Day, Dressing Day, what you want to call it. Happy pre-Black Friday. Everybody's I know already, like Amazon did in October their special like 2-day prime whatever it sells. You know, it's like a Prime Day, but of course it's not Prime Day, it's Prime Days. And it was like early deals to get people to not buy so much through Black Friday, and now you already got Black Friday deals going everywhere. Because they don't want everybody to rush and buy them all on that day. Not because they don't care about having the sales on one day. It's because they don't want to worry about overloading shipping companies on that one day, you know. So, I just order it whenever. You know, if there's a deal, I'm going to buy it then. As opposed to buying it. But we do have, I want to say, it's not coinciding directly with the U.S. Thanksgiving, but it's this week. I want to say, I think it's Tuesday, the 22nd. Steam Autumn Sale starts. So we're going to have a bunch of games on sale and potentially some games that are going to suddenly be released as part of the sale. Like, hey, fresh release. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get available coming up. Game-wise, next week. I'm going to be on the lookout for some good options there. I did see, we haven't looked at it. I haven't tried it. But I would say is Star Sand just released full release 1.0. Let me look and see what it was. I would say it was Star Sand. Yeah, Star Sand just released 2 days ago. As 1.0, think of it like a survival game in the like Dune desert. You got big sandworms that come up out of the ground. E.g. Kyle is like, you know, the movie Tremors. but set in the desert. It looks interesting. It's got some, you know, positive reviews, just not a lot of reviews, but yeah, it just released if you don't want to go check that one out. It looks similar enough to so many other games, I haven't worried about it. Planet Crafter, devlog, if you looked at that already, you know what they're talking about. They said the next update will be around the end of January, so we're not going to have another update to Planet Crafter till the end of January. But they are going to be nerfing the Tier 3 Ore Extractor because a lot of people are saying it's a bit overpowered. I'm still hoping we're going to get a second, like a Tier 4 that gives us more storage for it. But granted that they are working with the auto-crafting, I don't think we're going to ever see that happen now. I think it's going to be more of a focus on the auto-crafter making use of stuff. So I'm hoping we get better snapping options and some more structural stuff to balance that out as far as how we can set up our auto-crafting areas. But they're also mentioning a rebalance or fits of the auto-crafters and growables, which means like the algae, which can be used without it being fully grown. Like, you know, the algae's there, it's this little thing, it starts to grow, and then when it's fully grown, you're supposed to be able to harvest it. Well, right now, it'll get used as soon as it populates in. They didn't mention anything, though, about the fact that the algae just keeps spreading further and further out, or the auto-crafter can't reach it, and then it spreads into the ground where you can't reach it. So I'm hoping they still fix that, too. But yeah, that was mentioned about the way the stuff like algae is being used by the auto-crafters, but it's gonna be end of January before we see that. So maybe we'll get some new game, you know, going soon on the autumn sale, and we'll switch up and start doing like a doing a different game for a little bit, maybe, because I know, you know, Planet Crafter's fun, but I need some new content for it. Timmy has been waiting patiently. He's like just staring at me waiting for this. So I guess we're gonna since Jenny's gonna go eat, I'm gonna let Timmy chew on this. Yeah, you're licking your chops. He's gonna chew on this. We're gonna start building on a tower. Yeah, can you show it, everybody? See that? See the size of that thing? That's as wide as your ears. You gonna get it? You gonna get it? You gonna lick it while it's in my hand? You gonna get it? Get it. Come on, get it. I gotta turn it just the right way for him to take it. You are a picky dog. You're just picky. So picky. All right, let me get this. Make sure everything pulls up right. It's taking its time. There it goes. All right, here we go. Let's do some Planet Crafter. Let's take note of where I'm at right now. I'm at 67 on my terraformation index, and just how much I'm going up. Now, biomass is not ticking away like these because the number is getting so much bigger, but you see how much better it is with all those butterfly farms and larvae. I did see there is a mod out there, but it comes with a very hefty warning about letting you build stuff on platforms where it's not supposed to go like that. And I saw some community shared pictures of one where somebody obviously had to be using that because they were able to put right off the bat, red larva, how about that? They were able to put the old butterfly farms, the tier 1, on top of this. Like, so it's, you know, I can't place it here because it's got to be on the ground. It goes red, but they had it placed here, and it looked like it was actually sunk into the structure of the grid itself rather than on top of it. So like it sunk down, and so all the leafiness of it was kind of embedded into the foundation grid, and then you had that sticking on top, which is the mod creator says use at own risk because you might break something with it. So while I like that I would like to use it because I want to be able to do more decorating with that kind of stuff. I want to be able to put these somewhere else like that, I don't want to cause my game to wreck. So, the game does not right now. Well, I haven't started a new game save in a while, but I do not think at the moment that it has a creative mode. That might be something to add later. However, if you go to the Planet Crafter wiki and go to the modding pages, and now I got that stupid thing going. If you go to the modding page, you'll find on there's mods. And there's a certain mod called the Advanced Planet Crafter Advanced mod. I can't remember who it's by, but there is a mod on there that if you use it, and that's what I have installed for very specific use of being able to fly, so I can like get nice pictures and such. If you use that one, it does have a toggle option. You just go in the config file that generates and turn like creative style stuff on. There's a no build cost, so you can just build whatever, and a couple other things I think that'll work with it. You could use the fly mode, you could trigger the no build cost, do that kind of thing, and basically just create your own creative mode right now. But you know, part of it is also you can go in there. I know there's like a toggle I think for unlocking all research, so you don't have to wait. But yeah, you could do like basically your own creative mode through that mod, but I don't remember seeing any built-in creative mode at the moment. But I'm sure that will change by full release. I'm sure at some point they're gonna say, you know what, we should just put this in for people who just want to build. I mean, it's a building game, you know. It gives you a lot of stuff to build, so obviously people are gonna want to focus on building. Give us creative mode just so, you know, somebody doesn't want to do the gameplay part of it, the story style or whatever, they can go and just build. All right, that's I'm not carrying that. I'm dropping that. Let's see. I guess I need to take some supplies with me then. Yeah. There we go. I'm sure I'm going to use them at some point. I don't need them for my tower, but I do need to keep the oh yeah, okay, running out of room. Running out of room. I need to keep the larva production going. Let me see what I got. None there. I got a few more. I'm just gonna save my rare larva for right now. Yeah, as a creative mode, as an option with doing a new world. Well, I haven't done a new world in a while, so I couldn't remember. So yeah, if it's got that option, you can do that. But you can also use the advanced mod, advanced gameplay mod to basically turn creative mode on and off if you wanted to do it that way. Yeah, I like the advanced mod just because it lets me fly if I need to do like a nice picture or something. I'm actually getting good rare larva this time. This is like more in the first 5 minutes than I think I was able to get in like half an hour last time. I guess I just need to like close my game out completely. Apparently, save and reload the save did not make a difference. Seriously, I could not have found this many rare larvae this quickly last time. I was struggling. All right, that's enough. It's time to go. Well, grab more. I am not going to let these go to waste after last time. This is so much better now. Like, I was wondering what happened. It's like a switch flipped. Oh man, and then that when it fully renders in all the steam, that quick explosion of steam. There we go. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna just build platform. Yeah, look at all that steaminess right there. I mean, to be fair, now, you know, once you get to a certain point, you kind of don't need creative mode, other than maybe the flying part, honestly. You know, the auto crafting, if you set it up well, it's going to take care of that. I'm just concerned that they end up going too far with it, and it ends up being like, we want to try to copy something like Satisfactory. And I just don't think this is, I mean, it'd be interesting that Satisfactory style of like automation, and then they go in like, here's conveyor belts and stuff like that. Kind of thing with the whole premise of your terraforming. But I just don't think that if they go that route, they decide to try and copy like Satisfactory and other factory management games like that. I think that's going to be a part where they're going to lose some player base. Partly because of people that don't want that in the game, and then also because there'll be people that come to play the game for that and then be like, you know, I'm just going to play Satisfactory because it does it better. That's one thing. Satisfactory is a very, very nice looking game and runs really well. The times I've played it, I just can't get that far into it because of the factory management stuff. It just saps the fun out of it for me. I'll say it was. Okay, I thought I had 5. I was gonna say 5 is 6. Not much more, and then I can start moving some. I need to break down all these, but also I need to relocate that setup over here, because I was gonna build over there. Now I'm not, so I need to relocate over here where it's closer to the actual spot. So that means I need to empty all this stuff out. That spots, before you start doing that, why don't you just talk to somebody instead of just assuming that that's how you feel, that's how you want to be. You know, just go talk to somebody first and make sure you genuinely are, that's the right way to express how you feel. Okay, I got that. Yeah, that whole thing's moving over here. I need to move. I gotta move the rest of the big drills too. Gotta remember to do that. I just noticed those over there on the ridge. An hour wait for a table. That's that is kind of, well, I mean, I guess it depends on the restaurant. I know you know, I've been like to Longhorns before, been like got seated right away, and then been back and been like, oh, it's a 2-hour wait because they were just really busy. It wasn't even like there was any special event. It was just, well, they were busy. Oh, I got perfect. I got room for 3 more. Oh. Grab me another rare. I have so much better luck today with those. There we go. Yeah. Wonder if that's enough water for some algae to spawn in. So he's just crunching away. Well, if you're talking about dressing like a femboy but not becoming full-on feminine, what's the logic there of like you want to dress that way and you just like the style, or are you saying that you're not sure if you want to go full feminine or not? Because it goes back to, you know, what's the reason behind this? If that's just a case of, well, I think it's in style, I wouldn't say that's the necessary, you know, best thing to do. If you're saying I feel like it would be suitable, and it goes back to, why do you feel that way? Is there some other reason, or is that like you know, you honestly feel like that? That's why I say talk to somebody first. And the same thing if you said you were going to start dressing goth, I'd be like, okay, is there something going on? Not that, you know, nothing against dressing goth, just is there something going on? If you're suddenly trying to change your look, it's kind of like a midlife crisis in a way. It's kind of like that, you know, middle-aged guy that's like goes and spends $100,000 on a sports car because he thinks it makes him look cool and feel youthful again. You know, it's that kind of thing. So yeah, again, just maybe see about talking to somebody, see if there's anything else that's going on, you know. Algae. There's that there's a bee stuck in there. He well, I guess he's not stuck. He could get through. What was it? He's just kind of hanging out in the air, though. He's not actually sitting on anything. Another rare larva. I am just, like, racking up on the rare larva today. That is way different than last time. Yeah, I won't take those. Yeah, I probably should. Oh, wait, no. Stockpiling. Not using them yet. I'm going to stockpile. And I am running out of room. All right. All right, I know iron's producing. It's gonna take a moment. That's what it was I was thinking about. I need explosive powder. I'll grab some from here, assuming I have enough. Yes, I do. How is my... Okay, that's filling back up. So... fertilizer is struggling because of, I guess, sulfur. And eggplant. I mean, eggplants are there. It should be pulling those. Is the algae again? So it's really always the algae at this point. That's the real problem. Go. Let's check over here. This is purely for the explosive powder. Oh yeah, okay. So, oh, that's empty. That's... oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's good for now. I need to make use of some drill production resources. So I haven't been bothering with those as much. They're gonna be the decorative stuff around the big tower. Let's see. Okay, okay. So that should be, yeah, exactly. Let's see, that's... wait, no, I missed one somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Rare larva too. Yeah. 16 super alloy, 8 osmium. We're about to go make a bunch of drills. I wish they had said in the devlog, like, hey, yo, we got a new biome we're gonna be putting here, but we're not telling you what it is yet. At least say this is kind of, it's gonna be near the crater or something like that. Not like give me an indication that says the up top area of this ridge over here is not going to be terraformed, not going to be changed, turned into a new biome or anything. It's going to be left alone. So I know I could come up here, like I do it now, and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to build all through that area. That nice big flatter area that they've already said will not contain any new biome or be in any kind of impact against, you know, building there. Like, just tell me where I can build without it messing up on the next update. At least just give me one place. Like, just say that place is safe. Yeah, because that kind of looks a little tacky with them all just kind of disheveled looking. You know, put them over there, a nice flat area. They're all just lined up, nice rows. Like they're, you know, just getting all nicely set in place. Oh, I did not build all of them. Oh, that's right. I counted 4, then I counted 8. Okay. Timmy, are you done with that? You don't want any more? Just gonna lay down? No, spin in circles. You gotta sniff a spot, spin around, sniff it again, spin around, sniff it again, spin around, and then lay down in the spot you've been sniffing. I really hope they change these a little bit. These are so hard to place. Oh, I did it. I broke it. Broke my power. All this time, and I finally broke my power. Yeah. That makes it easy to see when my Steam machines are turned off. Yeah, it's much easier to see now. Actually, I should just finish building my drills and then went up there and made sure I produced enough. One more. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Gotta make sure I grab the larva. As it was doing great at the beginning, now it seems to have slowed down again. It's like a whole batch of rare larva right off the get-go, and now it's like it's just back to the same thing again. A lot of uncommon larvae everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna do, of course, It took a second for it to be like, oh wait, the power's gone again. Oh, wait, actually, let me check. Did I stack them that close? No, I left some space there. That's what I did. I put one along each side of that. And then I built in front of it from there. There we go. Probably should do some more, I would say. I really don't know how much pulsar quartz I have left at this point. I have not exactly been making it. And that might be the next thing I set up. I need to set me up a little spot for making pulsar quartz when I actually get low on it. Okay. That's a bunch of larvae showed up. Yeah, I will say I think I've already found more larvae so far in this stream than I did the entire time last stream. Ah, wait, there we go. Wrong keys. I'm using up 375 energy each. Oh, plus 360.5 energy each. So yeah, that's gonna slow things down a bit. Okay. No. Food. And I'll get water over here. So gotta keep my eye out for the rare ones. Wish the game were optimized. They will get it optimized, you know, once it's full release. There's no point in optimizing when the content is not done, because you're optimizing what you have, and then you go and start adding more content, and then you end up with some content from that's like, oh, guess what? This needs to be redone. It needs to be optimized better. Because we kind of rushed to get this done, so, you know, there's no point in optimizing before the game is pretty much done in terms of the content. Because, again, you're just going to end up, as you add more stuff, you're going to have, you know, you're adding more code on top of it. You're adding more stuff that needs to be then optimized, needs to be cleaned up to make it run better. And it is still early access. You know, granted, there's some very well optimized early access games. There's also a lot of very horribly unoptimized early access games. This one nicely falls kind of in the middle. Considering how much stuff we have going in this, it's, you know, a case of it's doing pretty well. Maybe not as well optimized as like SAS Factory, but still better optimized than Minecraft is at this point. And Minecraft's been around for a long time. Yes! Another rare larva. Seems like they're slowing down, but I'm still finding them. Alright. 5 more. Let's get those done. I pretty much just want to get this to the point where I can just run back. It was just like one heater after another. So I need to clear that other spot out. I could go ahead and start building some over here. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna put some rare larvae away. I'm gonna wait till that. You know, at this rate, to give me an hour, and I'll have that whole locker completely full of rare larvae. At that point, I'm dumping them all in for processing. See, again, or well, no, not all of them. We'll do at least 20 at a time. I say I was wanting to do that. I want to see how much I get from like 20 in a go. So if I get to about here, I'll take 4 rows of them out. And we'll see what kind of results I get just letting those go. Not recycling anything until it's all done. Alright, that's good. That's still not producing. Because of this. So, there it goes. That's the thing they said they're going to address in the next update is the growables. Because it's basically, oh, hey, there's algae that suddenly started growing here. I can use it kind of thing. So they're going to fix that. But again, I hope they also fix the whole algae getting stuck because of how it's spawning, where it's spawning. I still did not go build that drill. Take those. Can't stop looking at the tool animation? What do you mean, like just the hand moving? Just the side-to-side motion? Yeah, it's not like in another game where eventually they'll probably have it where it moves like when you're walking, or in this case, I am flying with my jetpack, so it kind of makes more sense that I might be like kind of hovering my hand a little bit rather than like that walking motion. And okay, too much red powder right now. There we go. Oh, and I used up some of these rods. Okay. There we go. That's gonna cover. I used up more than that. Did I have like... Get over here. Super alloy. Did I not have more than that? Did I have like 2 osmium rods? Where? I always look at those little rocks there as you go past it. And always, at first glimpse, I'm like, rare larva. Wait, that's a big rock. Or, no, it's a little too wide for a larva. But you see it, like as you're coming up to it, it's that little sliver, and it's like, bam. I think rare larva right away. Because that richer color to it, that... it's just, it throws me off in that area, so I'm not building over there as much. That, and I did have a problem before in that area where I was having weird, you know, like just out of nowhere sudden frame rate drops in one little spot. And I think I got it. Kind of hard to line these up on the platform. There we go. All right, those 3. And as I'm like, it's like as I'm coming up, you see this mist just rising. It's just, you gotta think how hot it would be if I wasn't wearing a spacesuit right now. Like right above the grill, basically, is the burners. of the grill, and I'm just like, I'm sitting right above it. All right, let's see how I can squeeze this in. There we go. Shiny, shiny drills. Let's petition. It's no longer going to be a heater. It's going to be called a grill in the game. We're going to rename them to Tier 5 grills. That way we have drills and grills. It's easy, you know, a great way to confuse people in videos. Make sure you throw the tier 5 grill out. You're gonna need a tier 3 grill out. Like, yeah, was that a grill or drill? A grill. Yeah, the premise of the game is to make the plant habitable, so you got to heat it up. I mean, that's why it's like there's ice at the beginning, so you got to melt that ice so you get access to other areas, because you don't want just like ice out in the open. But yeah, at some point you would think it'd be a case of, okay, maybe getting a little too hot, maybe a little too much pressure, even, you know, to the point of too much oxygen that becomes toxic. But they're also kind of building it based on real science, so I'm assuming we're not at that point yet. Though it could be interesting if that was the case, where, you know, you had to worry about at some point it causing like a runaway effect, so you actually had to stop production and like turn off heaters, go deconstruct them, or even just go click a thing and turn them off in order to let the heat start to decrease a bit, and maybe have it where it decreases at a certain rate based on, you know, your pressure, oxygen, atmospheric, you know, elements. It could be interesting to do that, but at that point you're getting a lot more into the super realistic, and they already said they're not going to go hyper realistic. They want to have it be realistic to a degree, but not so realistic that it turns off most people from playing. No, they want, it's not meant to be one that is like so crazy realistic that you have to be like a planetary, you know, ecology scientist to be able to do it. It's not one that's meant to have you requiring a whole fancy spreadsheet or online calculator in order to create everything. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and break this down. That's going. That's fine. Okay, that's. I'll go ahead and take this one out too. There we go. I might have room, but I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, again, it's gonna be it's realistic, you know, to a degree. It's like, you know, it's kind of the reason why they're, you know, I can like Satisfactory up to a certain point, that it's got that realism to it, that you're really working with like a real feel type conveyor belt and stuff like that. But then Satisfactory gets to that point where I'm just like, this has gone too far. It's no longer fun. I feel like, I mean, I'm having to readjust my production again to increase this or decrease this. I've got to go and, you know, get a spreadsheet or a online calculator to help me figure out how I'm going to structure everything. It just gets to a point where it's so, it's too realistic. It takes away the fun. Same with like Space Engineers. I could never get into that. Which is why I went and played different games instead of Space Engineers when it was early access, because there was too much of a focus on like a certain aspect of realism, which works for some players, but not for everyone. That's why there's a lot of people who went and played other games like Empyrean and similar ones, because it did not go with that hyper realism. That's why when Empyrean introduced the more realistic weight system, a lot of players immediately jumped on the whole, yeah, this is ruining the gameplay. This is making it no more, like, less fun to play. So you got to find that right balance, because you go too realistic, you lose a lot of players because it's unnecessarily complicated. It feels like a job. It feels like you're in science class. Not everybody likes science class. And if you go too light on the realism, there's going to be people who are like, this is just too easy. You know, this isn't realistic enough. But at the same time, you got to think about it. I've got a gun in my hand. And not even a gun, a little tool that basically I take a little piece of titanium out of my pocket and I can use it to build something. It's like Subnautica, you know? Yeah, I'm carrying a little piece. I got my backpack. Let me get my iron, some titanium, and here's some little, you know, rocks in my hand. You know, whole big structure. There's a certain point where realism does get suspended on a lot of these games. All right, taking that. Let me see. How am I doing on this? Do I have room? I got a little bit of room. Yeah, this has got to all be moved over here so that I can just, I don't have to travel so far anymore. I'll figure out something else to put over there. Jenny is losing internet. So now is the time to talk about her. Favorably, of course, but you know, it's the time. What's up, Jason? He gets to, you know, kick some funny remarks in if he chooses to. What is causing that to not work? Is it you? Is it the surely it's not. Oh wait, I see him. Oh, well, it was green. Oh, there we go. Another one popped up. Oh, continually getting in my way. If I could build green right there, then I can build on that. Yes, see? Stupid larva. There we go. Okay, got that. There we go, got that. I'm gonna dump this stuff here for now. Too many common larvas. I've totally been ignoring the meteors. Alright. Can I finish the platform on this level? Probably not. I don't think that's quite enough yet. You know what actually could be kind of an interesting adjustment to this? Wait, they don't have to go extreme on this. It could be just a very mild adjustment. But, you know, in certain games, you basically are, here's like the blueprint, and you can click and drag with the blueprint so that it extends outwards. Like, I want to say, Timberborn, I think I could do that. I could like, oh, here, I want to build a dam. But instead of having to click and build on each spot, I could click and drag it. Granted, that's a different style of gameplay. We're top down looking at the playfield. But they could do something kind of like that here, where I could go and basically click in a spot and drag to build while walking. So I could be like, oh yeah, let me walk a little distance. And as I click and hold to drag it, it just starts. It's like, okay, here's one foundation, here's two, here's three. And it lets you do that as a way to, you know, fast build. It would save some time. Yeah, holding control helps, but it would save that time if you're just like, I'm just going to click and just walk with it. And then have it cut off when you run out of, you know, your supplies for it. It wouldn't work on everything, you know. The heater's not going to work because they're not snapping, but anything that snaps, I would think, should allow for that sort of thing. That was just one little quality of life improvement. It's something they could add later, you know, because I mean, if you go in there with 30 pieces of iron, you know, you might want to have 20 of them in a row, and it's just make it a little easier, save some time. Jason would totally talk funny about Jenny if she was here, but since she's not connected, there's no enjoyment there, huh? It's just not worth it. I imagine, Jason, you're like, oh darn, Jenny's gone. I don't know how anything I talk fun about now. And you're just like a little kid looking down at the ground, kicking the can. Well, I'm bored. Rare larva. What if I want my larva medium rare? Alright, I'm not gonna even bother looking. I'm just gonna get rid of some of these, make sure this is gonna see. I probably should save and reload now because of the algae glitchiness. Yeah. I love how I got this sulfur here and it's still pulling from here first to make all this stuff. It's not even bothered. What? Wait, what? That's that. There's that. Okay. Well, it's in a container here. Maybe they could fix the prioritization on some stuff. Because that's a problem with it prioritizing the wrong way. Like, it's... Oh, there's no sulfur in this thing. So we're going to use the sulfur only from it and not from over here. It's like, I know there's sulfur in this container. It's right next to you. But it seems to be prioritizing the actual production container instead. There you go. Yeah, make some stuff. Okay. Hey, empty these out. I want to say I think I remember setting up like a storage thing for the bees. I can't remember for sure. I know I was emptying some of them out to serve as resources for like the recycler, so I can make some things. Well, there's B, yeah, so I'll just put them in here. Start saving them up. Yeah, where? Oh, you know what? Let me check. Pretty sure I'm well, I don't know. I might want to check my super alloy too. Okay, so all that's been emptied. Finally got back on that. Let me go grab some super alloy. I probably just should set up like a setup thing right there. Yeah, if you pick on edit spots, that might be bullying. No, I mean, does it count as bullying? You know, depending on the age. You know, legal adult to not legal adult by, you know, difference of so many years. Is that bullying or is that like abuse? Just like, forget bullying. That's just, we're going to call this straight abuse. Yeah, I need to set up something better. I was getting ready to start swapping stuff out, but now that they said they're about to nerf some of this, I'm like, well, you know, what's the point of swapping some stuff out when I might end up having to like redo some of this anyway because of the nerf? I mean, I might have to redo some of my setup strictly because of them nerfing the Tier 3 Ore Extractor. Maybe a little too much. Yeah, maybe I should set up, let's see, was it osmium? There's a bunch of stuff goes in pulsar quartz. Uranium, osmium. Yeah, oh yeah, I can't look from here. Like uranium, osmium, iridium. Obviously, super alloy. Try me if it was, if aluminum was part of that. I don't think sulfur was in there, but I could be wrong. You have more experience than the young lad. Well, I mean, so it would be considered abuse because of that? Not just bullying? Yeah, remember, got what I was going to do. All right. Methane cartridges, that's going to be one of the big things there. But I got a lot of those here. Osmium, zeolite, iridium, uranium. I got, obviously, can make plenty of certain ones. I pretty much have abandoned my zeolite mining setup. Like, once this game is full release, it's going to really change how I approach building bases in this. Because it's going to really change the next time I start a new game, because of keeping in mind Tier 3 Ore Extractors. I'm going to focus on getting those going rather than doing such big setups of Tier 2 Ore Extractors. Again, if I know that area up there is not going to be terraformed as part of the base, like, or as a game map expansion, if that upper flat area is free for use, I will move all my drills up there. That'll make it a very nice placement area for drills, honestly. Okay, this I think I can finish. Oh yeah, 10 more. That should be enough. There we go. Alright, that's the next platform up. Done. Now I gotta figure out what. Okay, so I just came out from the edge and started building up. You know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do the loop around like that on this one. I think I'm going to do this a little differently. Let's see. You know what? I'll skip the ladders or the stairs for right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starting with this one that is like ground level. So let's just say I'm going to start with, if that's ground level, then this would be the next level up. So yeah, so oh no. Let's no. I'm gonna have a gap where there's the stairs here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on. Jetpack having a little problem. 6. And 7. Yes, okay. Right? That should be it. And that puts me up to the last one. So that means with this being the last one, I can just do like this. Yeah. And that's going to be taken up. So I basically will extend out here, but then stairs going up that way. There we go. That's for the next level. Yeah. OBS introducing audio stutter. Just on your game though, not on like your microphone. And which version of OBS are you running? If you're running 28 anything, I keep hearing about do not upgrade to this. There's like so many problems with 28 that I am like I'm rocking 27.24 because it keeps asking me to upgrade to 28, but I go look, it says do not upgrade to 28 yet. There's this problem. And it's, oh, they fixed this, but here's another problem. So yeah, if you're on 28 something, there might be a issue with it there. You might want to look at updating at least to the next version. I don't think you're gonna have an option to go backwards. But beyond that, I can't think of anything that would be causing just the game audio. Something you are doing microphone, at least. Even if you're not doing like camera, you're doing at least your own microphone talking. Then yeah, it could be causing that. You know, but I would think that would be affecting both audio source or every audio source. And are you recording or are you streaming when you do this? That's another thing, because if there's a difference there in which, you know, settings you're going to be tweaking. So microphone's fine, just the game audio. Yeah, that does seem a little weird. I went too far out with that. That would just be affecting one audio source. And not also affecting the other one. About to squish some larva. It's funny, I can place this down, obviously on top of some larva, but ore extractor, I can't do that. Recording, not streaming. Yeah, I'll be checking to see if there's a bug report on the latest release saying anything about that. That does seem odd that it's just that one audio source. Now, I'm assuming because it's the game audio, you're not running any kind of extra effects on it. Like with the microphone, I can understand you're like, oh, hey, I'm running this, you know, audio filter to clean up the background noise or cut the noise down, you know, using like a limiter or something like that. But generally you're not going to do that on the game audio. So I'm assuming your game audio is like would be typical. You're using no effects of any kind, nothing that would be altering the audio itself in order to try and make it sound better. It's just the raw game audio, and you're just simply recording it and maybe adjusting the volume in the end. Oh, come on. There we go. And of course, the last one is the one that starts to give me trouble. Yeah, there we go. So that is the edge. So with this will be the spot where it starts going up. I'm thinking I'll just do, well, if I do the stairs and I come over here like this, that's not going to give me much room. So stairs going up from there. A little bit wider of a turnaround, but yeah, that'll make it easy. If I need to go up here, I just keep running. And it's always consistently about an hour and a half after you start recording. Not like never the first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, always after about an hour and a half. If it is consistently about an hour and a half, then it definitely makes it harder to test changes. I know, because you change something and now you gotta record for an hour and a half to see if it starts to happen. Yeah, I want to check my oh, out of that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this all kind of fill up, then I'll start moving some of this over. I guess one thing you could do, I'm assuming, Felonious, you're not noticing this while you're recording. You're noticing it as you're, you know, getting into doing the editing, I guess. Because I'll say, now that I'm thinking about it, I have had this problem, not like a significant amount, but I have had this problem before in long recording sessions in an older version of OBS, not the one I'm using now. But it did happen before where the my voice audio actually got off from the rest of it. Like it was generally, it would start doing it and I would be like, okay, that's about 4 frames difference now. So I'd add, like, I'd move it over by 4 frames and it'd sync back up. Then it'd be a little bit further along about, okay, my audio's getting off again from my actual video. And it'd be another 4 frames. And then it'd be another 4 frames. And then suddenly the audio would line back up again without me stopping recording or anything. It'd just be, all of a sudden, it just lines back up. And now suddenly, like, my audio is way off because I've moved it like 32 frames away. And now I've got to move it back 32 frames. But yeah, I've never seen that happen before, and at some point it just stopped. So as one of the OBS updates fixed it for me, at least, that not exactly making me feel very confident about trying to upgrade to a new version of OBS if it's happening again. Yeah, I guess the only thing I could say to Felonious then is to check for an update and hope that fixes it. Because if it's happening while you're recording, but of course you don't know it till after you're done recording, all you could do is just make that slight shift. Now, I have seen it, and if you're using Adobe Premiere, I've had this happen so many times. I for some reason cannot find that many reports where other people have it happen, but it has happened so many times to me, where on the game audio, it wouldn't be off by like just a little bit. It'd be like 5 minutes difference, completely off. Like even as soon as I load the clip in, but as soon as I played the clip itself, as soon as I just watched the raw video file outside of Premiere, the audio was fine. There was no problems. I could skip around. Audio was in sync. It was in Premiere that it was happening. And basically it was something with Premiere generated the waveform, whatever, for the audio. It caused it to shift. And I basically had to go shut down Premiere, go in, delete all of the caches, everything completely. And then reopen Premiere, make it generate a new waveform, which then fixed it. But that has happened to me probably 100 times. And over a course of, you know, the last few years, 100 times easy. It just was happening. It would happen like a week straight. Like every single video I was throwing in there, it would do it. And then like it'd go away for like a couple of days. Then suddenly it would start happening again every single video. And it wasn't slightly off. It was, you know, 5 minutes difference of the audio. And it was just the way Adobe Premiere ran the generation on the waveform. Shortcut? Okay. It may be a similar thing. I don't know. Are you recording to MP4 or MKV in OBS? Because I always say go to MKV. That way, if you lose power or something like that, computer shuts down, you don't lose all your footage up to that point, at least. Especially good when you're playing a game that autosaves repeatedly, so you're not losing like the recording of that progress, and then just rebuts it when you're done. If you're doing that, it could be something maybe in the rebutsing, but I would say if it's off and you see a spot where it's off, maybe then just watch the raw file outside of Shortcut, like use VLC or something, like just a straight video player to watch it and see, is it off in the audio file itself, like the actual audio of the video, or is it off only in Shortcut? Because if it's only in Shortcut, then you know it's an issue in Shortcut. If it's off in the video file, then you need to check on what's happening with OBS. Might be worth having maybe, I know like on the, it's got a stats thing that you can use for like looking at your frames and everything. Like look at the stats. It'll work while recording and while streaming. So maybe just set like a timer and then kind of check what's happening and have that timer on repeat. Like right now I'm looking at, you know, drop frames, average time to render frames, stuff like that. On the stats, how much CPU is being used, how much disk space is available if I was recording. I would make sure you've got the stats window enabled. And maybe even try, if you are recording with the preview enabled, maybe try turning off the preview to see if maybe that helps on the next one. So it'll still be recording, you just won't see a live video of it. I would say keep it on while you're streaming. That way, if like my camera cuts out, I'll notice it a lot quicker on my preview than if I wait for the stream to catch up. But I would, yeah, check your stats. Maybe make it a recurring thing to look at your stats to see what's going on while you're recording. See if anything like suddenly shows like a big spike of like drop frames or something like that. If it's consistently around the same time frame when you record, about an hour and a half in, then you already know, like set yourself a timer about an hour 15 minutes, kind of look and see what's happening at that moment, and kind of just, you know, keep keep a closer look at it for about 20 minutes or so. See if you notice anything. All right, that's 21. Yeah, you know what? I want to get some larvae going. I'll find some more. Let's just dump these in, because I got plenty. So more than enough mutagen. 20 regular fertilizer right there. So that's yeah. I can go get some more. So I got enough to yeah, do this. So let's toss in. Yeah, I've got these right here. You know what? Let me just do like this. Oh, actually, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Too bad you can't drag them different order. But there you go. So we know that one, the Abstrius, is the common larva one. So it's not going to be part of this batch. So, do I have one just kind of sitting there? I got 2 things. Do I have a larva sitting in there somewhere that is just for some reason was stuck? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure on that one. All right, I'm letting that go. We're gonna see what happens. I want to see how well my balance is in terms of 20 larvae all put in together, and then I'll just start doing like piecemeal, one by one, as I get some more larvae. I gotta think how I want to do this. Oh, you know what? Probably help if I check my power, because I meant to do that already. I'm just having trouble with the jetpack not providing enough lift today. $3,241 available. Oh boy, okay. It's osmium rod time. Okay, that got enough out of there. That's 5 pulsar quartz every time. And that's a good bit left, but I'm still gonna need more. Uranium, out of uranium. Yeah, I'll put this up. Start stockpiling that again. Zeolite, how am I doing? Still plenty of that too. I just have to make a little pulsar quartz thing. That's... Yeah, I'm just gonna do like a little pulsar quartz thing somewhere. Need a second monitor. I mean, it does help, you know. Yeah, I would say, you know, if you can get a second monitor, great. If not, I mean, go check like a thrift store or something like that. Some place may have like just a monitor. Here's $5. it works. You know, it turns on at least. And you can see about like, you know, just something so that you have a way to monitor what's happening while you're recording would help. Definitely why I like having the second monitor for me while I'm recording and streaming. It's also why some people like having a separate PC just for that. You know, if I'm going to live stream and record from a second PC, I also want that one to kind of handle the editing. But at the same time, if I'm going to build me a really nice gaming PC, it's probably going to be more powerful. So I'm kind of at that point now. Like, I like my monitor setup for the most part. I like the big monitor. And I'm kind of thinking of building like a little mini ITX PC to take over just the streaming and recording part. I was actually looking at the new Intel NUC, which looks really good in terms of like capabilities, and it's not bad price wise in the end, but it's a matter of the graphics. I either use the onboard graphics or I install a graphics card. If I install a graphics card, I lose the room I would need for my capture card. Plus, I'm not a fan of the, you know, can't repair as easily. Okay, I did not mean to target that one. You know, like those, the little, the way they're set up, if it breaks, you gotta buy like a whole expensive component, kind of like, you know, replacing something in a car. It's not just like, oh yeah, it's a tire. It's like the whole axle and the hubcap and the wheel well and all that that you're replacing in your car. And I'd rather just be like, you know, I just want to replace the tire. So I'm kind of looking at building me maybe an mini ITX build, like just something nice and compact that will end up being actually running the second monitor and will be just the streaming and recording, and can go ahead and have my 1080 card in it. And once I am ready, I can then start building a new PC to replace this one entirely and move this one to be just like a rendering system. You're like, I understand where you're going through, because you got the video rendering, and what are you doing with the PC right now? Maybe watching me, you know, because it's using a little bit of resources, but not a lot. You're not doing a lot with the PC while it's rendering. You know, I don't know about Shotcut, but I know if you go with the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, you can run a server as a rendering server, and I've been thinking about doing that, setting up a system just to be my rendering server, so I can basically offload the video export to that system and let it run while I then go back to doing something else. You know, it's kind of nice when you just keep working, you know, without having to tie that up. Right now, if I'm rendering, it's late at night. I set it going like pretty much very end of the day, and it's just, okay, I'm gonna let this render, and then in a little bit it'll be done, and then I can check my video and go to bed. Basically, it's my exercise and relax time. You know, if you're not concerned with having a big fancy monitor, you could always, you know, again, just go buy like a cheap one from a thrift store, or try to get like a one of those, which is gonna be kind of expensive, but can be moved around. Get like a portable monitor. And then there's also, though it's gonna take a little more technical work, there's also apps that you can get. Like if you've got a spare laptop, you can hook the laptop up and set it up with like there's apps, and like I think I remember seeing a cable you could buy that will let you turn basically a laptop into a second monitor for a computer. Put it into like a monitor mode by plugging in a certain cable that lets it act as a video input. But you know, at the same time, the money and whatever if you spend on that, you might as well just get a separate monitor. And again, I just, you know, if you just need one, get a cheap one. All right, that's that's a bunch more, and I keep thinking about it, and I don't do it. I gotta save because I need to reload for the algae to work properly again. And I think I'm just gonna quit completely while Timmy entertains. He's very entertaining right now. Here, you don't want this? Here. Oh. Here, look. See? There, covered up. Sitting there like whining I'm moving them. I'm just trying to cover them up. There. You say hi? You say hi? Want you on this again? Because I don't know what's going on. Oh, there goes my food level. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're looking for something like just to keep an eye on your your stats, or chat, something like that, you're wanting to spend some money, I would say go for a big primary monitor. Like, I mean, I'd still have a second monitor, but you know, if you get a big main monitor, take your current one and move it over. So the nice thing about having my monitor like it is because it's an ultra wide, even if I go 4K, I end up with space on the side. So I end up just doing everything windowed mode. And so I have I can now have the chat to the side versus having to have it over to another monitor, which is kind of nice. I don't have to overlay chat over the gameplay or over the screen to try and keep an eye on it without fiddling with how to make it work outside of recording in OBS. Xbox, while you were gone, I mean, I don't remember how long you've been gone. It's not like I've done a huge amount of stuff since you've been gone. Timmy, hey, he's like all covered up, and now he just like has spun himself around. Got his blanket all twisted up again. All right, he's completely covered now. He's gonna hide out. So let's see, Xbox. I mean, were you here when I finished this level and then started building the next level? God, look at that. That's the steam. So I said I was afraid it's going to end up being where I can't see anything because of the steam. That's steam from the first level because I'm far enough away for it to come up. Which means when I get to building the next level up, I'm going to have even more steam. Like, oh, just, yeah, that's going to get really tough to actually see things. Oh, you know, there is a mod. It's a performance mod to make the game run a little better because it lets you tweak some of the visuals a bit. Like you could go turn down certain visual settings. I wonder if it's got an option for turning off the steam effect temporarily. So I go in there and say, I'm going to turn this off until I can get the floor built and everything placed down, and then I'll turn the steam back on. Nothing's spinning. I want to see him spin. All right, I think how I'm going to do this. So I'm not producing any more explosive powder over here. It's all behind me. I need to. I'm gonna break these down. I'm gonna start trying to migrate some of that, some of the production over there. Is that? Got 4 of them. You weren't here when I finished the first level. Well, I finished the first level, and I'm building on the second level as far as the heaters, and then I'm starting the structure of the third level. Honestly, I could probably go and do like 2 more tier 3 ore extractors there and be able to finish each level a lot faster. It still comes down to how fast I build up the heaters, but I mean, once I get the actual structure done, it's really just then going back and building a few heaters here and there. So I might could, you know, just go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'll just keep rolling this way. This is gonna be tall in the end. Like, I've got 12 or 13 floors, I think, at the uranium reactor, the nuclear reactor tower. And I'm on number 3 right now there. That's a lot taller. That's gonna be a big tower in the end. Yeah, let me just go grab this stuff. I'm ready for my sinuses to stabilize after this weather change. Timmy's just ready for it to be warm again. Okay, let's see. Plenty of aluminum. No iridium. Okay, how much do I need? I need 3 and 3. That's really what I need to do. I need to take out. I need to let that go and start taking some of these out. Take that. Yeah, so that's enough for 2. An extended cold spell. I mean, like, again, it was, you know, one day it was upper 70s for the high. And then it got a little cooler where it's like high of 70, and then the next day the high was like 55. And then the morning after that, it was like 20s outside in the morning. It's not so much as the extended cold spell, it's the fact that it suddenly snapped to cold. And I was like, I'm not ready for this cold. You know, I kind of wanted to keep some warmth going. I think I want to redo this a little differently. Yeah, this is making me worried. I'm like just gonna have to start really. I'm still gonna run out of stuff I need for the fusion reactors, the fancy purple ones. And I'm gonna have to go and start harvesting some more supplies to make sure I can keep crafting those. And having a big tower of purple power too. See how much I'm doing now from the thermal standpoint. Imperial system. I don't know. Google scans makes you scan them like with your own thing, or Google scans them on their own? Because if you've been using Chrome, that's been going for like 2 or 3 years now, at least. Yeah, still going up. All right, let's check my. Can't remember how many satellites I've added to that. None. I haven't added anything for heater pressure. That's gonna be another thing after this. Problem with those is they send down meteors. Wow. Okay. So let's see how many I left out. Okay, so either I have some. This is weird because usually I haven't been getting this many red butterflies. So this was the initial 3. Yeah, that's all 20 of them. So you see I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red out of 20 larvae that went in. I got 7 of the red 1000% ones. 1, 2, 3, 4 golden ones out of 20 larvae. 4 of them. That's 1 in 20. That's a 20% chance. That's 1 in 5 of getting a golden larva. That seems unusually high for something so special. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that count right? So, yeah, that'd be it. So 7 and 4 be 11 and 9. 9 blue. So a 45% chance of a blue larva. A 20% chance of golden larva. And then a 35% chance of a red larva, which the red larva should be the more common one because it's 1,000 versus 1,200. I got more blue than I got red. And I almost have as many blue as I have red and gold combined. Yeah, this is a little imbalanced. All right, so let's cycle these until I get some good ones. It's purple and it's rapid fire shakes. We know what's going on outside. All right, time to go fill up some butterfly farms. My current temperature? It's maybe 40s today. I know this morning when I got back from taking my mom to get her groceries, it was 37 outside. And it's not breezy today. It's not a cold wind, but it's still cold outside. The sun is not warming things up enough. There we go. There's 2. I'll take these out. Put those in. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was some, other than the butterflies, if there's some like defining indicator on it, like this has got butterfly larva there. Like, hey, does it show the butterfly larva like right here in the middle, or something like they're like just kind of hanging around in the broth right there? You know, something like that to make it a little bit easier. That's a lot of golden larva now. Yes. 20% for the larva on that last batch. That's pretty much what I've been seeing. That's a high amount of golden larva that you're gonna get doing that. That just seems like it's the best in the game, the absolute highest percentage. So 1 in 5 seems a little high for that. Oh yeah, I took the blue out, so that's 1 blue, 1 red so far. Let's see how am I doing on that. Biomass, again, it's kind of shifting around the total value there. It's not just increasing like that into the 4-digit count. Well, I mean, that's what, 1.213 billion. 1,213,678,592 G per second. Versus 1,594,000 or 1,132,736 oxygen per second. The storms seem to be getting a lot more of like a depressing look to them now. It's not just a light rain anymore. It's like man, this makes me want to go back to bed kind of look to it. It's been in the teens. Careful, you say that the wrong way and, you know, the algorithm might take it the wrong way. Just go ahead and pull this out. Stockpile. The steam is not as bad when the rain is like this. Like, you see, it doesn't look... I guess it's something to do with maybe the brightness effect from the sunlight. Maybe because it's making it, like, brighter and more reflective looking. So now it's just kind of like it's a misty fog coming up from all the heaters. I mean, it's still, yeah, kind of there. You can see it getting a little thicker. But I also see the rain slacking up. So I would say that's probably why. Oh, why did you not snap? I am going to make the water boil on this planet. I'm going to make it so hot the water evaporates. We're going to terraform it and then de-terraform it. We're going to show off global warming effects in this game. Wow, look at that cloud of steam. I hit the threshold where it stopped rendering it in. We'll see where it starts to actually... Oh, maybe I gotta get to a certain point close again for it to start rendering it, and then it'll stop. Yeah. Maybe that's it. It's like once you get into a certain range, it starts, and it takes longer for it to stop as far as how far away you got to get. Like, it doesn't start rendering until you're 30 meters away, but then it stops rendering when you're 100 meters away. So you can turn around and see that effect going for a little bit longer. know, I'm taking this out. Yep. Okay. That's a lot of that. Okay, give me that. I gotta figure out how to organize this a little bit better this time. What was hilarious? Felonious? Take these. That should empty out the super alloy. I can start pulling some of that over here. I'm not even so worried about crafting any of those right now. I just want to get everything moved over. Alright, see how close I had to get for that steam to kick in. Alright, so about 1400 is where I'm at that the steam activated visually. Rare lava. Gotta take it. Another one. Alright, so we're gonna go and see how far away I can get before the steam stops. Okay, so it's already stopped producing. It's not faded out till, you know, it's not like it just immediately goes away, but it's already let off from showing it. Okay, it was actually about 1380 instead where I came in and it started producing the steam. Looks like it's letting up. Okay, so it takes longer. Like it's it looks like it's triggering it somewhere inside like the item itself, the actual heater. And so it takes time for that to come up out of the top and into the cloud. So when I get out of range that it stops spawning it in, it's already got some in there and it just waits for that to float up and then fade out, following like the animation or something. All right, there goes that. So that's the iridium part of it. I need a piece of iron. I'm gonna build another platform. I'm sure I'm gonna have to reorder this somehow. All right, go get. Oh, need a piece of iron. Alright, so that's 3. What? Nope. I'm about to do a third one here, so let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna do yeah, iridium, and iridium. Now I think I have an idea of how I'm gonna do this. So it'll be actually, let's take this back out. I do it like, that's the thing, it's like, it'd be easy, nice and easy to see some of this. Like, okay, I do it here. That looks like that iridium rods. And so what I'll do is I'll just flip this around. There goes more iridium. Okay. Toss that in. And I got a spare spot. I may actually rearrange this a little bit. Because I think this is gonna be a problem building downhill right here. Oh, come on, it's the perfect gap. There. I was being very picky on where it got placed. Okay, so this, I'm just gonna put another one right there, and then I'll just move those over, and that'll take the place with a an extractor there instead. So I'll just have a central point for production. And actually have enough to do 1, 2. What? No. Oh, out super alloy rods. All right. Oh, I just noticed these are placing at a different height. Look at that. That difference of height there. And oh wait, never mind. That's the design. It's not symmetrical. Like, okay, that looks to be about the same height there, but that is clearly not the same height. I wonder if that's an accident or if that was intentional. Every time I come over here, something over there renders in and it makes me spin. Any news on the FCS mods? The last I saw, they posted a thing of what, like, one of the things they're working on, which was a animated, like, docking thing, like, or like a proper airlock as one of the new things they were working on, bringing into the game with the BZ versions. But nothing else since then, and I don't know anything about the decorations mod. That's a different modder. That's Mr. Purple. I don't know if he's still working on them, or if he passed it off somebody else, or if it's just dead in the water. I really don't know on that one. $7,700 is still available. Let's see how my larvae are doing. Yep, fully done. So even with that, I got... This time, it makes more sense. I got 4 red, 2 blue, and 1 gold in that batch. That I can understand. That's a little more sensible. But when it's more blue than red, and almost as much gold as red, that seems a little off. Maybe I need to just do like an entire container at some point. Be like, here's 35. Everything's fully stocked. Just go full 35 and get the count from there and see how it does. Or, you know, oh, actually, with the way the mod's working, I technically could just say I'm going to stockpile all the resources, just start building them up at the other base, the waterfall base. Basically just have everything there. Just keep going till I'm like, yo, here's 3 lockers full of each item. And then I just put the names on the lockers and let it process and just go and see how much I get from that. So it'd be like 105, or yeah, 105 total specimens, and just see what percentage I get from that. I mean, I'll take a little while to get enough the supplies, but I could do it. I could do it right here. I can just go put the names on the lockers here. As long as I don't put the naming convention there, it's not going to matter. Look at that. Your methane cartridges, or is the methane cartridges again? Stupid air canisters. Yeah, whenever they finally actually come out with the playable version of the FCS mods for BC, I will be doing a series for that on Below Zero. I'm just, you know, I don't have any reason to play it till that time. And, you know, I'm hoping they're going to add some new special stuff just for that they can then backport to the original ones, because it's definitely got to be something a little new for that as well, I would say. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing that once I have a playable version of the mods. All right, throw in some more supplies. And 3 more reds. And rotate these. There we go. Okay. What does I need? On my way on. Oh yeah, I need to go get some more stuff moved from over here. I was checking the power, make sure I wasn't going to run out of power. Okay, so super alloys. So what was it? I need is 1, 2, 3 super alloy and 1 aluminum. There we go. Okay, come on. I mean, is that one? Okay, so this one is out. Okay. So 2 super alloy, come back. Super alloy aluminum. I'll probably have to pull some of the aluminum out. And then that should be pretty much everything transferred over. As long as everything's in range. That's the thing now. Is the sticking point is everything in range. Again, why I hope we get at least some modification to how the autocrafter sources, or a tier 2 that's more configurable where we can designate where it's pulling from. That's 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So if I move that stuff here, and then 1, 2. I'll just have. I'll have 2, then I have 2 more after this. I'm going to have one that's going to stick out a bit. Oh, don't you do this to me. That's fine. You're going to sit lower. I don't care. As long as you place down. Okay. I'll take this out. And I'll just put it like... it's about middle. Okay, I'll go ahead and move this. And move that. Alright, we'll do this as that one. And as the iridium rod. I need to break that down. Yep. Alright. And I'm short 1 iridium rod. It's starting to feel like my water level is dropping a little faster. I'm either just not paying attention to it as much now, or it feels like it's dropping faster. Could it be that the heat is finally taking effect and I'm just getting thirsty? My character's like, oh man, this heat's so oppressive, but I gotta keep heating this planet up. Yay. That's an interesting look. I mean, in terms of the piping that looks red hot, it's going to look interesting, especially from a distance. I'm almost out of room on that floor. That floor is almost completely filled. So I need to get the next floor finished up. When I play BZ again, can I name one of the bases that Spots was here? Sure, if you remind me at that time. I mean, granted, that might be next week. It might be 6 weeks from now, and I may not remember that 2 hours from now. I'll have other things on my mind, so I may not remember to say, oh yeah, at some point I need to name a base in Below Zero at Spots was here. Here. This is what it would be like in a whiteout if there was snow on the planet. Ah, blizzard! And then, yeah, you can't say anything. Kind of surprised that we don't actually have blizzards in the game. You'd think we'd have at least some kind of, like, ice storm or something like that at the beginning, where it's like, it's not a matter of being outside and you're okay because you're in a suit. It's like, no, you should get inside for this. You need to get in a cave. You need to be in undercover somewhere quick. I'm surprised that's not in the game already. That should be in the game. We should have something like that. There should be something that creates like a sense of urgency like that. I think they said they're going to add lightning storms to it as well. I would like to see that as maybe as we progress, the storms become milder like that. Like there's ice storms, like, and then there's like heavy electrical storms, like heavy lightning, you know, a lot of electrical charge, like can kill you if you get hit, sort of thing. Maybe that could be like a part of it. Oh boy. How much does that produce? Yep. 5 spaces. I need 6. But yeah, think about if we had like, oh, you're out at the beginning of the game. It's like not just here's a storm and it's all dusty. Like, yeah, dust storms, but ice storm. You know, where it's like big hail chunks are falling and you're just like worried about getting pelted and injured because of it. Kind of like a meteor storm, but you're not getting any resources. You know, and it's not like here's a big meteor, I can see it coming down, I kind of need to sidestep. It's more like fast falling hail. You know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and if I can get it to place, go ahead and do aluminum here, which really just leaves me, one rare lava. I need another super alloy one. That's it. So it's supposed to be a super alloy one, but instead I did the aluminum. And I'll have it all over here. I mean, come on. Now, where I'm at this point, you know, it's a dark, rainy day. Give some, like, occasional lightning strikes, you know, just to flare some light in the sky kind of thing. Make it seem a little, like, more like, you know, we got lightning here on Earth. But imagine at the beginning of the game, maybe you get an electrical storm that's, like, just heavy lightning strikes all over the place. And it's just, like, get under cover quickly, you know, and you're just, like, seeing lightning just everywhere, like it's just arcing through the clouds, and then you see these big lightning strikes and like explosions when it hits the ground. I mean, it would be visually so interesting, and it would add such another element to it. Like, okay, yeah, they're storms, and obviously because of the way there's a lack of atmosphere or whatever, it causes you know, certain things to happen, you know, especially as we start to build up the atmosphere. It makes sense to have storms like that start picking up, and then as the atmosphere balances out, we have fewer storms. All right, come on. It linked, but won't place. I move it forward like slightly, and it will place. Why is it not like that spot? Well, I don't even actually need this space right here, it seems. Alright, you know what? See if I can do this quickly enough. Moving this stuff again. Okay, that leaves just that. So I'm wondering. Well, I can't check that. So I wonder if I can build it on top of the locker. Lightning is cool as long as you're not getting hit by it. I mean, yeah, that's a good thing. Like the Benjamin Button movie, where is that one guy is like, I've been struck by lightning 7 times, and every time he's just telling another part of the story. Like, once in a while I was just walking my horse. Okay, I can do this. This is... I'm gonna have to move this again to line it up right. Oh, maybe I just do it like this. There. Maybe I should have just done it that way, like turn them inwards instead. I snapped for a second. All right, let's see. That's... What was it? No, not iridium. It was super alloy. Yeah. So super alloy, super alloy, super alloy. Iridium, aluminum, iridium, and sulfur. I got a bunch of other stuff. I'm not sure. Is that it? Am I missing one? Let's count this. All right, so 3 iridium rods, 3 super alloy rods. Super alloy, obviously I need 1 aluminum. So it's 1 aluminum for every 3 super alloy. So I end up with extra aluminum, but that's fine. Sulfur and iridium for explosive powder, and then iridium for iridium rods. I think that's why I split out some of the iridium rod. For the aluminum or the explosive powder production was separate because of iridium rods taking over. I got plenty right now, so I feel like I'm still missing something. All right, you know what? There goes that. Do that. And of course, now storm. Okay, I'm out of iridium rods. All right, let's see. Okay, last set here. That's 4 more. Generally I can do about 3 at a time. There we go. And there's 1 larva. We're gonna get another level down. Yeah, I think I can at least get the second floor completely populated, and I believe I can get the 3rd level fully built. as if I could see well enough to build. Man, that's gonna be a lot of heated pressure. So let's look. That's, yeah, without the structural part showing, that's how that tower is looking. And then that's just going to keep going up and up. I'm just going to keep that going because I assume there's not going to be a tier 6. Tier 5 seems like a good stopping number for that. A tier 6 seems like a weird point. And what are you going to do for tier 6? I mean, that's a big structure there. You're going to make it impossible to place down because you can't get far enough back to actually see how you're lining it up. No, tier 5 seems like a good stopping point, so I'm just going to use that as my endlessly built tower. Just going to keep going until I can't build any higher. Until it just stops me from building because I've gone too high up. Ooh, look at that. A bunch more golds. Yeah. Cool. I like getting so many golds. Hi, Home Speed. Thanks for joining. I may be needing to save and reload again for the algae. Let's see, I remember it. Yep, came to that one. Now I'm seeing some lag. The butterflies rendering in. Find that last one I did. Yeah, am I on the right track? This is why there needs to be some kind of marking visually. Maybe I just need to make it a point to bring a little light stick with me, but you know, one of the area lamps, and build it on top of whatever the last one is. The one that's like, oh yeah, this is the next one I'm putting some larva into. So I come here and look for the light stick. The glow stick magic. All right, so that's the empty one. I can place it on the middle of it. And then it tries to open it. Oh, it looked like it was on the middle. Oh, it's placing above like there's a little dome or something. All right, close enough. Yeah, blue, because I'm putting blue larva in there. Now I know which one is the next one to start with. I just move it every time. Yes. That's a lot of butterflies. My frame rate's dropping to 20 as I come in. Butterflies and then particle effects. 15. I'm down to 15 FPS. Now it's going back up. It took a second for it to catch up. Yeah. You got the gold butterfly. When you had 16 GTI, you cheated with the warden's key. Why'd you cheat with the warden's key? I mean, that's just you don't need that. I mean, you just produce them. Once you get that, you just gotta have a good amount of luck to produce. I don't know why I'm putting that there. Actually, let's go make some food. Whatever I don't use from this, I'll dispose of. So I'm getting back to midpoint on my fancy food. Yeah, I might be going and working on the nuclear tower again soon. Alright. Oh, I have been collecting my beans. I have been getting all of my beans like I'm supposed to. Got everything else, just haven't been getting my beans. Alright, more bee larvae. Let's see how my... Okay, I got one red from that last one I dumped in. Just go ahead and recycle. We're going blue and gold. That's it. That's the only ones that work right now. Not going with anything less. And there we go. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. We'll get some explosive powder. Just to make sure I got plenty over there. I don't know what, I mean, where was it she said she was waiting for an hour to sit down to eat? Branson's? Oh no, Branson's where she went. Yeah, what was that place that she said she was going to, like, eat? And then I guess then you gotta figure out what they serve. I'm sure they got a web presence. I'm sure they probably have a website, you know. Go look, see what it is. Maybe it's a buffet. Maybe it's fancy steak place. You know, great thing about the internet these days, you can go look it up pretty quickly. Oh, my stuff's so imbalanced right now from all that. Okay, that's that leaves me just 3, so if I can get that to fully fill in, it'll be another 3. This is gonna take a while to completely build this, like I guess as high as it will like let me build to a point where it stops me. But it's also gonna give me a nice boost. Yeah, if I could do butterfly farms, like seriously could just place them down on the foundation grid, like, you know, I would like to be able to without causing a problem. I'd just be building this tower for butterfly farms. Forget the heaters. They go out there in the flat area with the drills. I'd just be putting butterfly farms up here. And it'd be, I mean, you walk into the area, and as the butterflies all render in, it drops to like 0.1 FPS. Like when I had a 100 insect rockets with all the bees for each one. And it completely destroyed my FPS. I would go until it got to the point that I couldn't keep building. And it'd just be a big thing of butterfly farms. Oh yeah. Oh, wrong way. I'm going. Yeah, I need to go over here. It's time to transplant another production thing if I can. You have super alloy shower, and then you look up the sky and see a weird square. I don't think I've seen a weird square at any point. Unless it's like some weird thing with the visual artifacting as far as how it's showing some of the particles. Oh yeah, I can take the whole thing like that. And there it goes, producing again. I'm gonna load up. Yeah, there we go. As a... that's... 11? Yeah, be 11 because it'd be 3 each, so that'd be 33 items, 11 tier 5 drills. Which is gonna be a lot of fun to place. Jay, I wonder now, because I know some of the rocks over there, some of that terrain, you can interact with. Some of it you actually just pass right through. I'm wondering how much of that right there that just, changed in appearance as I got closer. Wonder how much of that mountain range actually can interact with. That could be since I don't have to worry about oxygen now, I'll just make sure I got enough for food and water set. And let's just go out there and I'm pretty sure that's going to be edge of the map kind of thing. And just go and see how much I can build over there. That'd be a good place for a bunch of tier 5 drills. These are way too hard to place, honestly. I think this might be the last one, but I'm not sure anymore. I kind of been more focused on placement. It was green, and now it doesn't want to turn green in the same area. They're so picky. All right, got 2 more. I really hope they make these easier to handle placement of with the next update. Because these are pretty painful to line up. Osmium storm. Yes? There we go. There's the asteroid. Or meteor. Yeah, I am in the US, not the UK. Yeah, go grab these. Faster I can build the structure, the faster I can let, you know, supplies build up and make more heaters. It went a lot faster when I had all the heaters kind of already built and I was just like setting them to the side and just transplanting. Now it's actually you need to like just kind of keep it moving. That's my drills over there. That just does not look nice. Oh yeah, you coming for me? Coming for me, Mr. Meteor? Boom. Yeah. All right, so in the latest devlog on Steam, they shared some community posted pictures of bases. And I was sitting there thinking about one that had basically, they took the foundation grids and made a dome out of them. Basically like a big covering that goes over the entire base. And I'm pretty sure it was in that little area. It's like kind of like a tube that they made out of them. I was like, that kind of, you know, I get what they're going for. It kind of looks like it's a big covering, like almost a giant greenhouse or something. I just don't like the look of it because it's the foundation grids. But now that I'm thinking about it, that would be really useful actually in terms of protecting you from meteor storms. If you no longer rely on the meteor storms to actually bring you supplies, then you don't have to worry about getting hit by a meteor as long as you're under the dome. You know, it's like they come in, they hit the foundation grid and you're underneath it. You're fine. Oh yeah, I mean, I meant to keep making more of these. Keep making the butterfly farm. I'm gonna dump those in there now. I totally forgot about keeping that rolling for more butterfly farms. There, another blue one. And yeah, I have not been noticing any more rare larvae now. Yeah, it's back to like before where I wasn't getting anything. When I first started, it was just like, bam, tons of rare larvae, and now it's none. Oh, there we go. One. It's not like it used to be. I just be standing there and boom, rare larva right in front of me. Yay. Oh, yay. Finally getting some more. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna build this up for a bit before I do another big round of butterflies. How am I doing? Was that 57 or 67 TTI when we started? I will say I feel like it was 57 because with all I've done, I should be going a lot faster than I have in the past too. Oh, and I'm way back down again. Not worrisome yet. I still have all that. But yeah, oh, that's right. I need more uranium. I might need to do a setup for pulsar quartz production. We had the super alloy look up his sky. See, I don't recognize having that square in the sky. I mean, I've sat there and looked up. I've been at like eye level with the super alloy storms and no square happening. There are stocks for what? At spots. I was trying to look back, see if there's something in the messages that I missed, but stocks for what? Stocks for like the energy production that I'm pushing out, or the drills? Yeah, I don't need oxygen anymore. Gotta remember that. All right. I'm clearing out the junk. This non-uranium goes away. That's because I do need some plain uranium. I don't want to break down the rods. It's just easy. Come out here, do some maintenance. Quantum entanglement for satellites. I mean, yeah, well, quantum entanglement would be useful for quite a few things, but yeah, definitely like satellite internet or just anything internet. I mean, is quantum entanglement would go beyond the satellite part, because the idea that you could say, oh, we're going to change this data bit here and it's going to cause a change to reflect over here, and that can be done at massive distances without a delay. That's not just satellite internet. That could be a connection of internet between planets, you know, to minimize delay. That would improve communications with astronauts if they, you know, when we end up sending people to Mars, instead of waiting for this long round trip for message to get back and then you know, them to reply. It could be instantaneous. So that would go way beyond just the satellite internet for like consumers. That'd have major space and military applications. And what the? I got stuck for some reason. It didn't want to let me out. All right, we're gonna make some more pulsar quartz, because I want to make sure I've got plenty. I got, you know, if I don't have to stockpile so much anymore because of the auto crafter, at least to certain things, I can, you know, simplify it by just making some of this storage into something else. So osmium, got that being produced. Zeolite, I might take one of the osmium ones out to use for this. I take 2 of them out now because I don't need as much. The zeolite, yeah, I mean, sure. Iridium, uranium, methane cartridge. It's just a 1-to-1. So one platform for the autocrafter with methane production. Now I may do 2 gas collectors because of the habit of them getting stuck with oxygen capsules. So, but one platform, auto crafter plus the gas collectors, and at least 4 extractors. Okay, that's easy. There, 1 platform. There, 1 extractor. Okay. Question is where I want to put this. Not a lot of flat areas over here. Yeah, it's weird. Some places it'll let me place over something like that. Other places it's like, no, you're not placing here. All right, osmium. I hope that is enough space. I may be moving stuff. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2. Oh, it's gone to place. Just there. That's it. You know, first thing you do when you get tier 3 ore extractors and auto crafters and a lot, make a setup to produce more auto crafters or more the supplies for more tier 3 extractors. That's all you gotta do. Once you do that, then you just go in there. Oh yeah, let me just haul, you know, grab the supplies I need, make some more tier 3 extractors for over here. All right, I need an autocrafter, and there we go, gas extractors. And I still think they should add, like how I've got the craft from containers mod, they should add an upgraded crafting chip, construction chip, that lets you basically have that feature. That within a certain range, you can craft from any of your containers. I mean, that's what the auto crafter's doing. Why can't we have that for ourselves with a construction chip, you know? All right, so I got the osmium, zeolite, iridium, uranium. Zeolite, iridium, and uranium. And then methane, pulsar quartz. There we go. Don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I may go do some off-screen work if I can this holiday week to build some more on the green tower. So I have a reddish tower with the heaters. I have a green tower of nuclear power. We'll have a purple filled tower of fusion power. That I may end up going and throwing windows in everywhere. Not like it makes that big of a difference in terms of visibility from inside. Yeah, there we go. You know, I'm not even using like mushrooms that heavily anymore. Over here, I've got that one mushroom spot. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna swap out a mushroom spot for bean spot. There we go. Now I have my beans. And I got honey down below. So, not a problem there. Seems like some nights are darker than others. Like, I don't get, like, some cases it seems like, or maybe in certain areas, the night seems a little darker in some spots than in other spots. Oh, wait, in the light it looks uncommon, but it's rare. Alright, I know what I need to do. I need to go down here, get some water, check a couple things real quick, and then it's save and reload the save again time because of stuff, I think, getting clogged up again. Or maybe it's just the fact that I haven't been down here clearing some stuff out. Yeah, see, 3. That's probably going to have an effect on stuff producing. I see all that. And I need methane, which I can't get methane because it was stocked. It was all clogged up. There goes that. I will say there is a mod. I was just thinking about the beans, the superfood. If I had bean garden right next to a beehive tier 2, I could have it automatically taking the honey, taking the beans, making superfood as long as it doesn't fill up. And if we can get like a way in the future to have like it tied to a certain storage so it can port to that storage for more space, or we get a tier 2 auto crafter that has bigger storage space, that would get rid of the honey, letting me have more bees producing. So what if with the bees we could have something that can auto craft a rocket? Because I actually saw there is a mod to auto launch rocket, so as soon as you craft it, it will launch it without you having to then go press the button, which I don't see being that big of a deal, but apparently somebody thought it was a big deal, you know, to do it that way. So what if you could have auto crafter that would tie in with the rocket platform to produce rockets for you automatically, and then had it set to automatically launch every rocket? I mean, if you weren't relying on meteor storms for supplies anymore, that would work pretty well, because you wouldn't have to worry about disrupting the normal flow of storm events. And if you could do that, you know, automate the production of a rocket, automate the launching of a rocket, you could have everything you need, plus here's the bees. Bees are just sitting there being used for the rockets over and over and over. And, you know, once you run out of room for the food, it starts to fill up on honey again. You just go get the food out, and now you've got an excess of superfood. But also get a lot of rockets that are just launching automatically. I still think the best option is to have a way to have stuff you don't want the excess materials be dumped automatically to recycling or to shredding. You know, I don't need oxygen bottles. Dump these into the nearby shredder. You just have to have a shredder in range, and it can automatically dump into the shredder. Just like it can pull from storage, it can dump into a certain storage, specifically one that's going to destroy everything. And another advantage of a big platform: catch meteors and their supply drops. Okay, that's 3 more. Right. Yes. So that's the edge. Almost done with the foundation, or the 3rd floor grid, so I can build on it. I'm not gonna worry about these resources. They're gonna despawn in a moment anyway. Like, that steam cloud. That's immense. Is that a rare? It looks rare, and I can't get it. Yeah, look at that steam cloud. How high up it goes now. And then that's... Oh, I can see a little bit of the structure in the corner there. Like right there. A little bit of the foundation grid. Oh, look. 1, 2. 1, 2. Popping them in. Look there. They're spreading out. All right, so that is 5 by 5. 25 per floor. That puts me at a total of 50 tier 3 heaters now. I don't remember them being anywhere else. I still have my tier 5 heaters. I still have the tier 4 elsewhere, but yeah, 50 tier 5 heaters. And that's the highest power consumption. I'm down to 616 power. 18,000 power for that. 45 ore extractor tier 3 and 38 drills. Some of those are in use, need to be moved. 64 tree. I didn't even look at the tree spreaders this time. I didn't even go over there to mess with that. 65 butterfly farms. Hey, this is excessive because we don't have the fish yet or amphibians. I'm sure once that stuff's in the game, we're going to have a more useful step pattern as opposed to doing like that at the moment to get to the proper level. Yeah, I'm 18% of the way to fish, even though fish is like astronomically high compared to where it should be. I bet. Actually, I was already on my way to... Actually, I will say maybe I'd actually already hit fish 100%. Then they did the lore and automation update. It gave me the breathable atmosphere and like 0.01% of fish. And now I'm at 18% of fish. So, yeah. I can't even imagine how much of a boost like some of the fish and stuff like that are going to provide. In terms of actual, like, their output towards terraformation. But they're gonna definitely have to bring that back down. Look at that, I'm approaching 100 TTI. All right, what do I want to do now? Oh yeah, save. I'm gonna close. We're gonna bring Timmy out. Timmy! You've uncovered yourself. There. He's all tucked in, and then he untucked himself. What's up? You want to finish this? No? Sleepy boy. Look up here. Look up at the camera. Or look at this camera. Or look at that camera. Here. Look at this one. Look right here. Right here. Right there. Or just ignore it and look back at me again. He's sleepy boy. Why not have a large platform for fusion reactors or have an area for fusion power plant? I mean, that's what I've got. I just didn't want to do a platform for it. I wanted to have it like, I wanted to have something that felt, you know, like it was protective of those. I did see one where somebody had like, they had the new heaters, the tier 5 heaters, and they were building them, and in between each one was a fusion reactor. They had to jump over it because of where it was placed. It was kind of like in the way. But I was like, well, that kind of works. You know, if you're putting in one that covers the power for like the 4 around it, I can get that. I'd just rather put them all in like one building right here, because I have a lot of room on my base platform that I cannot make use of for certain things, because certain things won't just build up here on the platform. They have to be on the ground. All right, he's back to chewing on his stick. Plus, one of the things, I'm still using that craft from containers. If I go too far away, I have to worry about taking the supplies for all of the reactors. And if I keep it close, like right here, I could do like an open air grid platform. But I've already got 2 of those going. And that's a lot of walking up steps. This, I just climb ladders, you know? It's not as open, but it lets me climb a ladder. You know, it looks a little better. You know? Yeah, and I'm still, you know, having to line things up a certain way in there, but at least this way, when I line them up, I can see the effect against the wall, as opposed to it being like, oh, this one's kind of leaning too far over. Let me check and see how I did this down there. Oh, I just wrapped it all the way around because of that. Okay. Still got plenty of reach. Might be helping the fact that I'm actually, like, up a level. Oh, now I'm too low on super alloy. There, all right, so I was 700 in power, or well, a little less than 700 power. Yes, 11,000 power. I went up like, yeah, was it 10,000 ish on that? Okay, so that gives me enough power for a little while. I did go get some more super alloy from my cave. There's still some advantage of having tier 2 extractors. Not worry about the auto crafters, because sometimes you just, you know, you want to have that supply of stuff. Like, I don't want to have to just keep going and collecting that small amount every time. This way I go and get a larger amount. So, you know, I'm going to see if I can land on top of this. I can land on this, huh? This could be an interesting spot for some drills. Yeah. As long as it doesn't suddenly make me fall through the terrain. On the very edge of all this. I wonder how much of this actually is interactable. Because I have fallen through some of this before. And got stuck inside weirdly. Yeah, this might be a good spot for some drills. Need to clear stuff out. I want to try this, actually. I want to see if it'll work. I'm just going to grab the supplies for, like... I get, like, 2. Supplies for 2 of them without running out of room. I'll see if I can build up there. If that works, and that gives me a good spot for building, though kind of, you know, painful to get over there in a way, but I can always throw a temporary, you know, teleporter over there if I need to. That could be a nice little place. Give a nice look because it's up on a ridge. It's drilling into a big, you know, chunk of rock. It'll just look more appropriate with the drills. And then I got the drills down in here I'm not getting rid of just yet. I still have solar panels I haven't torn down just because I don't really need the resources. Why not have a backup plan? You know, solar panels, that's a little bit of extra power. You're flexing because you can post the link to YouTube itself. I'm not sure how much of a flex that actually counts as at spots. Alright, let's go back this way. And I'm using the trick of the fact that I have built so high up on this that apparently if I go straight out, it acts like I am in a different play field. Like, you know, like there's a ground, an invisible ground area underneath me that allows me to stay at a certain height above it as long as I have the jetpack going. But once I go past a certain point, then it acts like I'm, you know, in the regular area, and it sinks me right down to the point where, you know, the jetpack normally lets me hover above the ground. So it's like, it's a ground level kind of tying in with like this right here. Oh, and I went a little too low too fast. Okay. Let me see this. So this is the real cliff. So that means I should be able to build up here. I cannot. Oh, I can build. I can't build on the rock. I can build on the ground right here. So the rock is a no, but the ground is a yes. Look at that. So I can't decorate the whole ridge with them, but I can build maybe some over there, and maybe there's some spots over here I can drill. You know, I could build one on. I really don't want to do anything with that area right now, except maybe if I decide to put some trees down there. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some more. I'm gonna throw some heaters or drills up there. Only a few other people can post links to YouTube. Well, technically, some of the rocks in the game, Xbox, are visibly there, but they don't actually exist in terms of the physical nature within the game. And then I break through that spot where it makes me drop down. Yeah, let's see if I can finish this real quick. Not gonna finish on this round, but I'll be close. So I need a total of 7 more iron to finish this level. Then I gotta start building up to the next one. Yeah, I'm gonna actually finish it before I start bringing in the heaters up here. Oh, that's just... Let me think of, yeah, it's not quite the same. Now, if it was... The design of the heaters kind of make me think of it, and the way it's like steaming out. Have you ever seen that movie, it's either Arrival or The Arrival? I know there's two. One's Arrival, one's The Arrival. And, what I'm thinking about is Charlie Sheen. And it's basically aliens are terraforming the planet, like Earth. They're here. They're terraforming the planet by producing global warming. So basically, they got all these places that are pumping out greenhouse gases, and they have like these big reactors that are just big blasts of greenhouse gas going out into the atmosphere to increase the temperature to where it's more suitable for them. But it wasn't a case of like we're terraforming, they're terraforming Earth for their purposes. And he finds them by detecting like one of their radio signals that they're sending back into space to their planet. That's like there's a conversation going. And it's like a whole, like there's a conspiracy, but it's not government conspiracy. It's the aliens implanting themselves all through the government in different places to help control stuff, to make sure we don't find out, you know, covering up for their own protection. That's just, that tower is making me think of that now. So it's like it's pumping out greenhouse gases just like in that movie. $93. I still can't remember what I started at. Let's see how this is doing. Boom. See, again, that weird bug where it doesn't always show the ticker thing going on them when you open them up. They should add up to a tier 20 of everything? No, they should not. Some of the stuff's already too big and difficult to place. Imagine a tier 20 heater. It's either got to be one that is like smaller and compact because it's so efficient, or it's just going to be a case of, oh, this is so big that it's just unwieldy to try and place it down. No, they do not need a tier 20 of anything. Tier 5 is certainly far enough on stuff. I mean, at the size that they got now, you're talking a really, really big heater for like a tier 6 even. A tier 20 would just be, I mean, a tier 20 would take up at least that entire area. How are you going to place that down? You know, if you just keep going based on size increasing, that whole thing would be one tier 20 heater. If not even more space than that being taken up. Let me check, see if I can do, like, pick up. Actually, that's... trying to think what I could do. I could take some of this out now, and I could throw... Like, I don't need that many of those. I've been meaning to actually upgrade them anyway. I don't need them, because I got the outdoor farms. They're better. If I just do that, take it out. I go and I just put in an auto crafter and storage for honey. I can dump some of that honey in there and just be done. Yeah, I'll just dump it there. That's fine. Plenty of water. I'll just throw it here. Yeah, so well, we get close enough. Alright, so if I do it like that, and then go and do like that. Honey. And superfoods. Alright, so that should have range to reach here. I just need to put a bunch of honey in there. Good to go. You have to get this someday? Because of Xbox wanting them to have tier 20s of stuff? Oh, that's a lot of meteor rubble there. I wasn't expecting to have that much in the water right here. Okay, what was I coming down here for? Oh, hey, honey. This right here. Oh, that's unusual. I have one that was all bees. There we go. Munchy, munchy. See, now that one's ticking. I don't get why it just randomly stops on some of them. Oh yeah, I got bee larvae. Some point somebody will have an auto recycle mod that or they'll come out with an auto recycler, and I'm just gonna have like all these bees being recycled for parts. That's all the honey. Good. Too much. So I did not worry about that before. Too much. Sons of the Forest isn't supposed to come out till February. So I think you got time. I mean, you got Sons of the Forest coming out in February. Sometime 2023, Ark 2 is supposed to come out. I'm actually looking forward to that one. I think that might get me back into wanting to play Ark style game. Like just Ark itself, there's no real feel of direction, no real pull or push in any specific direction for stuff. Just go and wander around and eventually find something to do. Or go look it up online to figure out something to do. So I'm hoping Arc 2 will kind of help fix that. Be more of a story feel to it. I say there's Sons of the Forest. Definitely want to check that out because I like the forest. Arc 2. There's a couple others that are coming out or supposed to be coming out soon that I am kind of like, you know, keeping my eye out to see when they drop, if they're, you know, kind of get an idea of if I want to get them. I'm trying to think what they are. Well, there's still photography simulator. I still want to get that whenever it comes out. It just says to be announced. They keep acting like it's coming out soon, but still doesn't seem to be anywhere close. All right, let's see. I haven't been messing with the tree seeds or anything, but I can go ahead and do some more tree spreaders just so I have them ready to go. There you go. All right. All I gotta do is make the seeds and then take them out. So it's easy. Yeah, I need to go ahead and do. I need to be stockpiling. We need to have a way to build on this platform itself. How about that? I might just build like another rocket launch thing over there. Now that I got that cleared, I might just add another one there. And then I was building this to go out here to be the, this is where I was going to do the heaters. I was way out here. Now I'm not doing that. I don't know what I want to put out here now. As I'll wait and see what we get in the next update. Man, I'll need something for my fishery stuff, so that's a good thing to have it stay there. Look at those drills off in the distance. I haven't even been to the waterfalls base today. Arc 2 will be expensive. Yeah, well, so that's why, I mean, I'll get like I got Arc, and I got all the DLCs at one point because they were on sale. I think I ended up paying less for everything, every DLC, all that, than Arc is, or Arc was originally by itself. But I don't plan to wait that long. But with that said, I've got all the DLCs. I've got everything for Arc. But I haven't even done any of the DLC maps yet. You know, I haven't even got past the island itself yet. Because again, I just don't, I kind of lost interest in playing. Even with the extra mods I was throwing in there. It just, it did not feel, it still did not feel polished. It still feels like an unpolished game in beta. So I'm hoping Arc 2 is done better and actually feels like a polished game compared to Arc itself, and just the focus instead on let's just put out DLC after DLC. So here's new content, but here's nothing being fixed. Hopefully they don't do that with Arc 2. But, you know, I'll buy like Arc 2, the base game, and then I'll wait for them to get all the DLCs out and then be like, hey, here's, you know, special sale, buy them all in one go. And, oh, okay, I bought them. I'll buy them now that they're super cheap. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and, just to get stuff, get some uranium out of the way. There's a bunch of water being used. And my other tower is not as wide, but much easier to place stuff down. Doesn't even look like this one's been used. It should have butterflies all around it. I still can't see the tower. It's still not built tall enough yet. My dense jungle biome that I made. I think if I really wanted to, if I just wanted to focus on the tree seeds, honestly, with the new mushroom trees, that you could just spam them basically, I could probably cover everything with trees. If I really cared to, I could probably cover every bit of the current map in trees. Not going to. The trees do seem to add a decent bit of lag in certain areas. Yeah, I mean, mutagen tier 2. Got those being produced. And tree bark, got that being produced. You know, their oxygen multiplier, 450%. Butterflies are so much better. It's just, you know, 1200% for a golden butterfly. I keep getting them. Well, that's insects, not oxygen, but still. Insects multiplier. Go into butterfly farm, which becomes the oxygen multiplier. I mean, that's... Okay, never mind. It's not oxygen. I thought they did oxygen too over here. Because, I mean, they are producing... Or they're... Well, I guess just oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, yeah. Still, there's plants on there. That should be oxygen. Alright. I guess I need to get back to doing some tree seeds. At some point soon. God, I can hear... As it's trying to catch up. I can hear the clicking effect it's having, like as it like just is stuttering, trying to get these all rendered in. Now the blue larva ones, the 1200%, the butterflies look nice. It looks like they used a galaxy, like a new you know, some like a galaxy or nebular cloud, something like that for the design on it. That's what it looks like from that right there. It looks like they threw like a nebula picture in it almost. And then gold is just they're gold. With a little like a ripe color on the edge. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. 3.5 hours. I was kind of hoping to get to 100 TTI today. But it'll probably happen if I get some time this week to do some larva collection. I might just do a lot of save and reloads trying to get a bunch of larvae. Well, let's see. We're going to save. Because I like to save before I go and do too much of this. I want to go... see, yeah, so here... I built up here. Which is funny because it's kind of questionable. You get close, it's ground, but then it's... You know, over here, it seems fine. Definitely won't be able to build up there. Guess you could build all through here if you really wanted to. I want to know if this area right here is going to be used for anything. I mean, that seems oddly open for it to not get used. So I'm just going to test this real quick. I moved too fast for it to catch up with the rendering. All right. I just want to see if it will let me build out here. That's terrain. That's not, well. Yes, okay, I can build up here. So assuming they don't change this, they don't turn this into like a new biome, I can technically build up here. I can build up here. But this is rock, so I can't build on there. So I can build. Well, okay, not there. That counts as, well, it's also, I'm in the like the dark area, the dusty area. I mean, that is a pretty good distance away right there. Also, look at that. It's like a snake. I so think we're still going to have something here. It just seems too particular to have that kind of formation leading out here for it to be nothing. Like it leads over here. Are we going to end up having a new water area over here? We're going to have something else. It's going to end up being like that's a old power cable or something that's buried and it gets unearthed. I don't know. It just seems like there's got to be something there. Same as this. Just feels way, I mean, yeah, there's the dustiness, but it feels way too empty right here to not have something. I could load all this up with drills. That's that one drill way out there. Well, the fact that it's not doing that edge of the map dusty thing, even at this point, reinforces the idea I have that we're going to be able to come out here at some point. Yeah, now it's getting dusty. But, you know, up to a good point, it's not dust. I mean, right here. That just sounds like this is going to be an area we actually have to explore. And I'm afraid to build in this area as a result. If you know, if you've got anything that the devs have said, we are not going to build in this area, like here, this area is done from the devs, then I could do that. But I'm not going to do it till I have evidence from the devs that they're not going to build in that area. So, yeah, almost to 100 TTI. 2 floors of the heaters. 3rd floor is now pretty much done. Just got to put the heaters up there. I've moved everything right there, so it's easier to build and put the heaters up in place. Just got to keep at it. Keep it going. Kind of making me feel like there's a mod that lets you stack more equipment of certain types. Like you can stack your backpacks. I'm almost tempted to do that one because you stack the backpacks and it keeps extending your storage. Kind of be useful to have like 4 tier 5 backpacks and, you know, carry over 100 items at a time. Just go up there and basically build the whole floor in one go. I'm kind of tempted about that. Art 2, yeah. I want to say it just still says 2023 for Art 2. I'm not 100% on that. Let me check. Art 2, 2023. Doesn't say anything like early 2023, first half or anything. Just says 2023. First half of 2023, game Nightingale. It's a survival type game, you know, first person, like a Fallout type thing, but it's, you know, you've got guns, but you also have like, you know, guns, axes, you're fighting like trolls, things like that. Base building. It's kind of almost like you're a Witcher, but you're not a Witcher. But it's Nightingale. If you want to check that one out, it's all one word, Nightingale. Sons of the Forest, February 2023. Occupy Mars, the game, is going to hit early access January 2023. Now, if you saw the Hostile Mars game I played, you may like this one. It's got really nice looking graphics for it. And it looks more like it's basically this. It's Planet Crafter. You're basically trying to survive on Mars. You're not terraforming the whole planet, but you're trying to set up like basically a colony. So you're doing mining. You gotta worry about the, you know, oxygen, growing crops, like food, like that. And again, looks like it has really good graphics from the promotional images. So I think that's gonna be a good one. But that's January. Looking at other ones I've got saved, waiting for that to come out. Starfield, sometime 2023. And that's Bethesda. That's Fallout, like in space. So that's going to be an interesting one to see how that ends up turning out. Let's see. There's another survival crafting one called Rooted. It's got base building, it says. Granted, I have seen some that say base building and it's really just base decorating. But this one looks like you can actually build like a cabin. Think like The Infected kind of thing, like that kind of visual style. But it's, you know, just TBA. It doesn't say when. Lost Away is another one, like a space exploration survival crafting one. Looks like kind of like Green Hell type feel to it, but in space. Like there's parts where it shows like you're interacting with mud. That just says when landed for release. I have some of them getting funny about the release date on it. Forever Skies, second quarter of 2023. Now that's that one I did the demo of where you're in the little ship flying, basically come back to a ruined Earth and you're trying to find stuff to take care of a virus. And yeah, that's it. That's the ones I'm kind of watching. They're like not out yet. But yeah, Arc just says 2023. That might be beginning. It might be end. You know, it might be January. It could be December 2023 before it comes out. Green Hell waiting for a treehouse building. All right, thanks for hanging out, S-Bots. We'll see you next time. I thought... Wait, never mind. I know what I'm thinking of. They added the... You know, it was after full release. Because I played it again at full release and did more of the story style to it than survival. I remember they added multi-story building where you could actually build a second level and build upwards, which was something I was asking for pretty much half of the early access time. And they added animal husbandry. I remember seeing that. Like you can, you know, breed animals. Name your pets. Yeah, the treehouse building would be interesting too, I think. I wouldn't mind giving another go maybe with that. One thing about it is it does focus more on that hyper realism as far as the building. That, you know, does make building kind of tedious in it. Like I remember early access building my bridge across the river. It was a pain to build that bridge, you know, getting the palm leaves, getting the logs, everything. It was just a pain. Yeah, I might play it again a little bit, but I'm sure that's one I'll probably just burn out. I'll do more of like the just open survival rather than the story style of it again. I didn't really like the story that much. It just felt, it didn't feel as strong as it could have been. Interesting story, you know, is a nice approach, but it just didn't feel as well fleshed out as it should have been. It wasn't as ingrained into the gameplay You know? I just still like it from, I mean, early access, it was all a survival, open survival, no end. But with the story, you know, it just takes away some of that desire to build big if you're not just in open-ended survival. Let's see. What else is there? Trying to think what might come on the Steam sale this coming week, because there's gonna be some on the Steam sale. I'm thinking Grounded might have a sale. I don't remember ever seeing it really get that many sales for it. You know, No Man's Sky is gonna be on sale for the $30 like it normally goes on sale for. So if you haven't got No Man's Sky, it'd be a good time to try and get it, especially since they're, you know, they're continuing to update that. Instead of making it DLCs, just here's an update. Thanks for buying. You can have access to it. Kind of looking at a couple others. There's some I'm hoping will go on sale. Though, from what I've seen so far, they're like maybe 10% off. I'm kind of expecting it to stay that way. I feel like Star Sand will end up going on sale because they just did a sale after they did full release, like for one day. But I want to say it was like 15% off. So you probably see about the same. Terrafall is just not doing well. It's not getting very many reviews. It doesn't seem to be getting that many people to play it. So I noticed they had it like down to like $5 the other day, but yeah, the graphics just look janky on it right now. Like some of the stuff, it just looks like they gave up on some of the texturing. Said, oh, well, we got a basic thing. We'll come back to this. And then some of the lighting in it just looks really, it's just kind of badly done. All right, it looks like it could be good if they could get everything right, but it would be better if it was more like an Ark style, you know, look to it, and it's not there yet. Honestly, I've actually been playing more with my my Steam Deck again. Actually trying to get it up and usable, or more usable. I finally got a dock for it. And no, I did not get the official dock. I went with a cheaper one. And I actually had just a USB-C hub I was using with it, which worked. But it's like it would dangle. It didn't have the right angle plug like a dock. It doesn't hold it up. So I got me a dock, and it was like $50 for the dock. And it actually holds it up. It charges it. Everything works fine. The problem I found is that I use HDMI CEC messages, which is Consumer Electronics Coalition, something like that. It's a feature of HDMI that you can use stuff to control other things. So my Apple TV, if I turn it on, it turns on my TV automatically and then relays any volume commands through the TV to turn my volume up and down on my sound bar. If I plug in the dock and then plug in the Steam Deck, it's like broadcasting CEC constantly and overriding whatever my Apple TV says. So it breaks CEC basically for the whole setup. And I've got to get me a CEC blocking adapter, which basically goes into the dock and then the HDMI cable goes in it. It basically just disables CEC messages from going out. So I got that. And when I did actually try it, it works great on the TV. You know, 1080p, full screen, works great. Got the little PlayStation controller. So I've been playing with that, setting up, I set up emulators, mainly Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64 emulators right now. Because old school games, I wanted to be able to play some of those without having to try and find my old consoles and hook them up and find some way to hook them up to a modern TV. And actually, it works well, you know, for those. A little weird on the controls. You have to kind of start really tweaking them. I got that, and then last night I actually went around. I was installing the Epic Game Store on it last night, and I went through a tutorial on how to install Epic directly. And so you install it into Steam, where it launches it, the installer from Steam, then launches and installs it, and then you have to go in here and repoint Steam to it. And it launches the actual store, but it's still like you have to then go in individually for each game and make adjustments to be able to launch them from within Steam, or you have to go desktop mode every time to launch anything from Epic. So then I found another guy that said, don't do that. Don't do that. Just go into the Linux, KDE Arch Linux store, download this, and then sign into your Epic store, and then just add that launcher for that to your Steam thing, and then it just handles it from there. And that worked great. I actually trying to figure out what I have on Epic that I actually want to install. Because I have a lot of the free games on Epic. I don't buy games on Epic because it just lacks the features that Steam has. You know, like I bought SAS Factory on Epic because it was only on Epic at the time. And I saw now they're talking about having blueprints where you can share blueprints. And I just was like, I wanted to scream at the computer. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to scream, because I've been saying they should have never done the Epic exclusive. They should have gone straight to Steam, and they should have done workshop integration from the beginning. And they're just now talking about introducing a feature where you can basically share like a blueprint and just auto build like these contraptions to make it easier for people to get into it. It's just, yo, that's why I don't buy stuff on Epic. I just get the free games each week if they have something good. Like, what was it? 3-4 weeks ago, they had Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition for free on Epic. Just say get it, $0. You know, go check the free Epic sale every week. If you don't already, you should, because sometimes it's junky, sometimes it's really good stuff. I'm actually pulling it up right now to see what it is. What's the free Rumbleverse Epic Cheerleader Pack is free. Okay, I'm not going there. Dark Deity is free. Not sure about that, but it looks like an anime inspired game. And then Evil Dead the game is free. I'm getting Evil Dead the game. And that came out in May. And it's $40 normally. Now you get it for free right now. So I'm getting it because I like the Evil Dead series. Ash Williams for the win. Okay. What's coming next week? Yeah, it is rare they have really good stuff, but they haven't had good stuff. I was getting like every game, and now I only get like the ones that look appealing. Next, or coming November 24th, so this coming Thursday, Star Wars Squadrons will be free. And that's a $40 game by itself. I mean, I actually have Ark on Epic because it was free. That was after I'd already bought it. But I got it anyway. Yeah, coming soon. Star Wars Squadrons. Doesn't say what the other free one's going to be. I'll say it's Dark Deity. Oh, okay. Well, the graphics, the image looks a little fancier. It's like an old school Super Nintendo game. Yeah, with like an anime styling to the artwork, but yeah, it's like old school, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo type game. Like Sega Genesis, you know, 16-bit maybe. I'm not getting it, but yeah. You bought Squadrons? See, I didn't buy Squadrons, so now I could get it for free in a few days. I mean, I rarely actually install any of it. Because most part, it is, yeah, kind of junky, or it's just I already have so much stuff to play So I'm working on getting that set up right on my Steam Deck so I can then be like, well, you know, I got time. I'm sitting on the couch. You know, I'm not really nothing to watch, so I'm just going to play. Or, you know, I want to put it on the TV and I can play it in there with a controller so I can focus on games that are better for controller stuff. Timmy? Oh, I was making sure he was licking his foot. In case you were wondering, he was just licking his foot. Hi. How are you? That's the, oh, yeah, that's a good boy. Go lick my hand too now. You wanna come here? You wanna come here? Oh, I bet you do. Come here. Oh. There we go. Tim Dog. Just look at everybody. Don't look so sad. Like, why am I being held and my neck scratched? Look, oh, scratch the belly. Here you go. All right, here, go. Go. Flex. Flex. All right, there you go. You need a flight stick before you play it? Say, I'll just go with a controller. I'm not going to go that far to have like a flight stick for something like that. I played Star Fox without a flight stick. I can play other games without a flight stick. How about that? Hey, you're just going to leave it? All right. I figure you go towards the door. Arr. All right. All right, we're coming up on 4 hours now. All right, we're going to call it for today. So, yeah. This is Thanksgiving week in the U.S. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this week as a little quick break. So there won't be videos this week. Partly because I want to break, partly because I want to see what comes out on the Steam sale. Kind of see if we get some new games released this week. That might be interesting. You know, some developers like, oh, it's the Steam sale. We're going to release our game during the sale. So, yeah, I'm going to take a break this week. But we'll do another live stream next Saturday like normal. You know, same thing, just no videos for the week. I'm pretty sure I'm done. I'm finished with Slime Rancher for now. I'm not going to do any more with that until they get a lot more done with it. Maybe add some more building aspect to it. Just it's not my thing. It seems it's just too restricted in terms of building. But yeah, I have a turkey day this week. Turkey weekend. Well, I'm gonna have enough turkey one day. That's it. I don't need turkey the rest of the week. Timmy might get a little turkey too. But yeah, we'll do that. Just vacation week this week. Time off. But I will be posting to see what everybody is doing for their what they're buying on the Steam sale. I want to see what everybody's getting. So make sure you look out for that. Post what you choose to get on the Steam sale, if anything, or you know, just everybody share what they think is going to be a good buy. And yeah, we'll do this next week. But if you're in the U.S., happy Turkey Day. If you're not in the U.S., Jason, happy belated Turkey Day. Or non-Turkey Day, whatever it is for you this week and wherever you are in the world. But yeah, Timmy's now, he's like, he knows what's going on. He's like, it's time to go. So we're going to call it for the day. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next week.